Disclaimer. This channel's content is made for those above the age of 13. If you wish to know more, pause the video or check the bottom of the description. So, welcome back to X4. This is the first time we've recorded this since the global pandemic.
Yeah, this is like the last thing we did.
Yeah, and we have new equipment, so if it looks different, that's why. It's a good Elgato, okay?
Yeah, this probably looks a little better.
Mega Mix and for
Mega Man for X.
All right, let's finally finish this. Like, what?
It's probably like 10 minutes left.
Yeah, but also, how long has it been since we did this?
I feel like it might have been 2 months.
Yeah.
Might have been longer, actually. I don't know. Let's talk about the movies we've seen these past 2 months.
The movies?
Yeah.
Well, I recently rewatched Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movie together to work on the review that I said I'd do, but life's a bit crazy right now for me.
Speaking of which, I watched Detective Pikachu in that meantime too.
Really? What'd you think?
It's a decent movie. I'd say Detective Pikachu is the worst part of Detective Pikachu, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think that, like, if I'm talking about it critically, the twists were extremely easy to see coming, in my opinion. Like, that's just me. Like, that's, like, my one problem with it. I don't think that Ryan Reynolds did too bad a job at being Detective Pikachu.
The problem is that he just kind of sits there and doesn't really do anything. Doesn't really do much.
Well, no, at least until the end.
Yeah, the end is pretty decent, at least.
Yeah,
there's some good action in there. I mean, I know a little bit about Pokemon, but I just kind of saw it as like, whatever. It's a thing. It's monsters. There's monsters everywhere. There's a fucking magma man walking around the city. No one cares.
I mean, there are a lot of for a fan like me, there's a lot of little nods in Detective Pikachu to like other parts of the series. With the Sonic movie in particular, I was actually pretty shocked at the lack of references to it.
They had Christian in it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like
they did not have him in it.
I thought that I heard somebody online say that he was in it. Like
no, he's a fucking weirdo. Why would he be in it?
I don't know, like maybe I thought that maybe like I saw like in I don't know fucking like probably like from the fucking Onion or whatever. I didn't see it. I just saw a headline that somebody retweeted on Twitter, or it was like there was like some reference to Sonic Chew in the movie or something dumb shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I believe it.
I know there's Sonic in it, but I don't know about Sonic Chew.
I don't know.
It's okay. Fuck, that's not okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I haven't played this game since.
Yeah,
but that's not true. I played this as Mega Man. A little bit after we played it.
I actually started a playthrough as X on this game after we stopped, and I wanted to see how different it was from Zero. I actually hated it.
I liked it fine.
I actually prefer Zero's gameplay over X's, and I think I struggle to like use X's weaponry effectively, whereas Zero's I feel like I can use it a lot better. Yeah, I take a lot more hits, but I feel like I can use his a lot more effectively.
Yeah, the weapons with X aren't that great in this game.
So, yeah.
But you do get infinite ammo for your weapons, so that's pretty neat. I was so sorry for sucking so hard. I just had not played this game in a while.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And I think this version, like I said before, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, we're playing on the X collection on the PS2, and between the terrible D-pad and for some reason the weird delays, and this isn't just because we're we're looking at it in the capture card. It's just the game for some reason. I bet if we were playing the Legacy collection, he could probably do this easily.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier.
I really like this game. I'm still trying to figure out where it is in my top 10 games list, I think. I know it's on there, I just don't know where exactly.
Fuck!
Which do you prefer overall? Like the X series or the Classic series, by the way?
I think I like the Classic series a little bit better. Mainly because it's just more consistent.
Yeah, I get it. Because, X1 through 4 is pretty cool, but then like the rest kind of stink. So,
honestly, yeah. People like X8, but I think the levels are just too long.
I kind of had a weird like realization looking back at remembering some of the old Twitter videos that you posted of the later X games. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. Like, they're just... I didn't realize how bad they were before, but then, like... I think it was Miyamoto who said, like, when designing something... When designing a new mechanic or introducing a new mechanic or something along those lines, introduce it to a player in a safe environment where they can, explore those new ideas and figure out what the game is going to require of them. But the later X games just kind of throw that philosophy out the window.
I mean, a lot of Mega Man games have that, like, trial and error problem. It's kind of like which one does it best, I guess.
Part of the reason why I like Mega Man 11 is because it kind of has, like, the Cuphead approach where most of the time, if you die, it feels like it's your fault. You could have used your gears more effectively. You could have used your general moveset more effectively. Whereas in the old Twitter videos that you posted, there was really nothing you could do without trial and error to make that any better or any worse for you. And in my opinion, I don't know if this is just because, I'm impatient or something like that, but trial and error to me is just like one of the worst things about Mega Man.
After playing all of them, well, not all of them, but playing most of them, I think the worst part of Mega Man is tight jumps. Those are infuriating.
Especially because, like, the physics are so weird in the earlier classics games.
Well, there's no physics.
You've got, like, a weird arc. Specifically in Mega Man 1 and 2, I failed jumps so often because, I don't want to say shallow, because he jumps quite high, but he barely gains any vertical momentum. And instead what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to focus on height, because that's how the jump works. At least in, like, Mega Man 2, that's what I've noticed. Like, I think the X games kind of fixed that a little bit with the dash, but not really all that much in my opinion. It's still kind of like...
Mega Man just kind of moves up. He isn't not much of a jump.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, the point of a jump is to move upwards, but when you're platforming, it's extremely difficult to do tight jumps where, you've got a pit in front of you and spikes on the ceiling when pretty much the only place you're going is on the ceiling. I feel like in Mega Man 1 in particular, it's just like, yeah, we're just going to throw bullshit on the screen and hope you can react in time if it's your first time through.
That's minor number 9 for you. Final boss is fucking shit.
Is it really?
You beat it, but it doesn't die immediately. It goes down and then comes back up and shoots shit at you, and I fucking died to it. But you have to, like, wait a few minutes for some reason, and then you beat it. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, I like Mighty Number 9, 8 out of 10.
No, it'd be Mighty Number 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it would be.
By the way, when did this whole thing where, like, oh, you got to refight every single boss? Like, why did that ever happen? It's kind of annoying. I
don't mind it with most of the Mega Man games. I think the reason why I don't mind it too much is because with Mega Man you get weapons to beat the bosses easily.
I guess, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like that it would be a lot more, impactful if you just kind of went right to the final boss, like most games do. But
I would say so. I think it is kind of just like fight the bosses again.
Yeah, especially because, like, I'm not saying that this game is at fault for this, but at least, like, right here, there really isn't a whole lot of fanfare to go along with it. It's just kind of like, yep, here are portals. Go fight them again.
The first Mega Man 1 and X game actually did it really well. It's not like this where you're, like, in a room and you just pick bosses. You actually, like, go through, like, a bit of a level, and you fight, like, random bosses, and you don't get, like, any health back.
Yeah.
So it actually makes it kind of tense.
I can see that.
Intense.
Like, with this game specifically, like, the fight with, what's her name? The girl who was always in the base with us when we started levels at the beginning.
In the basement?
No, in the... I feel like the fight with Iris and then the general would have been a lot more impactful if we didn't have to fight these losers again. I feel like it kind of cheapens the experience. In fact, it wasn't until we started talking about bosses that I even remembered that they existed, to be honest.
It's also been 2 months.
Also, why is fire super effective against this thing? Is it because it's made of metal? If that's the case, then why wouldn't everything be weak to fire in this game?
I don't know. It's because Zero doesn't really have any weapons. So, like, I just gotta use them somewhere. Also, I don't want to die.
Don't die. That's rule number 1. I've been playing through Pokemon Platinum recently, and Barry had something very nice to say. He said, "Remember this important tactic. Make sure all your attacks hit and avoid all enemy attacks, and then you'll win."